Good afternoon, everyone. Mary Sloan here with another episode of Inspirational Influencer News, People Making a Difference. And we have a guest today who truly is out there making a difference. Margie is an inspirational speaker. She speaks truth into her audience and engages them in a fun and uplifting way where they want to do more with their lives by bringing in more confidence, experiencing greater success, and having a lucrative cash flow to go with it. Now, don't we all need that lucrative cash flow today? She is a confidence breakthrough coach, helping her clients break through limiting beliefs and get busy with a more confident state of mind and a high vibing energy that produces results. As a CEO funding partner, Margie specializes in helping people get the funding that they need to be able to run their businesses and grow their businesses successfully while offering a recession-proof plan of compensation for themselves. Ready to feel the heat? Because Margie is ready to bring the fire. So, what fire have you got for us today, Margie?
Thanks for having me. Hello, everybody. How are you doing today? The fire that I'm going to bring is just living life in a high vibing energy that allows you to have more confidence, success, and cash. And I would ask the audience, who here wants to have more confidence, success, and cash?
Me. I mean, who doesn't?
Right. So if you're like Mary, it's fun to, come to a point in your life where you start to get very, very confident about what you will and will not do, what you will and will not tolerate. And when you start to figure that out, life becomes, that's the fire, that's the heat, that's the burning desire in you that you're going to do something regardless of what other people think. When you get to that point, Mary, don't you agree that that's when it's more freeing and more fun?
Oh, it definitely is. When you stop worrying really about what other people think and look more to making a difference, that's where life really does get fun, because now you're doing what everybody says. Focus on them. Don't worry about you. You're fine. And, we get in our heads way too much.
We sure do. But I think, we can't beat ourselves up because we're trained in a way where we go to school and then you go to college and then you're going to get a good job and you're going to pay the bills. You're going to learn the skills to pay the bills. Don't we all want to learn the skills to pay the bills? And that's a good way to start. And I have nothing against working a 9 to 5 and having that steady stream of income and having that 401k plan and those health benefits and all that goes with that, and being able to afford a vacation 2 weeks out of the year. I did that for 40 years. But when it came time for me to celebrate my very best friend's 50th birthday, and it was the 1st of May, and I worked at a place where it was very difficult to take time at the 1st of May, I wanted to be there on her birthday to celebrate with other girlfriends. And I remember that my supervisor said, "This is really not a good time. It's really not a good time for you to leave. Maybe you could do it in I don't get to postpone my friend's 50th birthday." But I was in a place in my life where I thought I need to learn how to stand up and speak my truth, which is a chapter that I just put into a book. And if you stay to the end of this, I'm going to give you not only one free gift, but I'm going to give you 24 free gifts today. It's amazing.
Ooh, it's Christmas on Friday.
Yeah, there you go. So I did say, this is really important to me. And I remember that standing there and kind of groveling for my life, groveling for what I wanted in my life. I wanted to know that I could just pick up and go. I'm a stellar employee who never took sick time. And then when it's my time to pick up and go for a few days, to be told that I can't, is not really, didn't really align with who I wanted to be. So I knew that I had to continue through till a certain time with 2 children who needed to get through the school process and needed to get on their own before I could start making decisions. Or did I?
Yeah, I
That's
was
what
just
I
going to
told
say, well,
myself.
you thought you knew that.
Right. It's just a story I made up because I wanted to be safe instead of having a little bit of risk. And so we're talking today about making a difference, how you can make a difference, like what my life looks like today versus 5 years ago. And for the past 35 years is so different. I'm meeting people like Mary who are out there helping people and highlighting people who are making a difference on this planet. Well, you're making a difference wherever you are, as long as you bring your best effort to everything that you do. Even in a job that kind of sucked my soul, I still brought my best every single day. I still felt, you know what, as long as I'm sitting in this seat, I'm going to give it everything. But there was a long time when I was afraid to stand up and speak my truth because I was told as a child to bite my tongue. Have you ever been told to bite your tongue, Mary?
I haven't had that one, but it was like, there's a time for kids to speak and there's a time for them to be quiet. This is a time for you to be quiet.
Right. And I was just taught that, like, bite your tongue, don't make waves, it's okay. But you do have to be able to stand up for your truth. And in order to stand up for somebody else, if you saw somebody else being bullied, you would say, hey, you need to stop doing that. But if it's happening, if you are going to stand up for somebody else, you need to be able to stand up for yourself. So this book that's coming out that we're going to talk a little bit more about here is called Voices of Truth. And 24 engaging speakers from around the world came together to produce this book for you. And because of Mary, and because what we're doing is we're launching it today and giving it to you for free. So,
favorite price.
Your favorite price is free. So we're going to give you the download, how you can download it. And why I say there's 24 gifts, because there's 24 authors and every single author has put a free gift at the end of their chapter. So all you have to do is download it. And by the end of the first 20 minutes, you can have downloaded their 24 free gifts. It's free to you today. So wherever you're listening, make sure you go on and grab it. And I think it will be free for today and tomorrow. So
awesome. Well, definitely good time to go get it is today. No time like today.
yes.
Don't wait for tomorrow and then you've forgotten.
So I think a lot what I've discovered is that your beliefs play into how you live your life. Your beliefs play into how your confidence comes out. If you believe in yourself and you believe that there's something more, and then you should be something more. But if you're listening to the voices that say, I'm not sure I'm capable, I'm not sure I'm worthy, what if it doesn't work? Those are all things that are going to hold you back. But I can guarantee you, if you push past what we call the comfort zone, I like to call it the growth zone, you learn so much about yourself, things that you never knew that you get to do now. And when you start living your life of I get to understand, I get to be around people, I get to make millions of dollars, I get to make thousands, I get to have a $20,000 month when I had a $20,000 year for 5 years, you get to understand there's so much more waiting for you.
And, it's funny how our minds work. Somehow they always go, well, what if it doesn't work? How come they don't go, well, what if it does work? Because the fact is, it is up to you. And you have everything that you need to say, it's going to work. I'm going to make sure it happens. And, it's all here, right?
It is. It's not our fault. Because most of what goes through our mind are negative thoughts. 95% of it is negative thoughts. So it's good to have a coach to just pull you back into reality. and reframe everything. It's good to have an accountability person who's going to stand by you, not necessarily to push you, but to pull out of you what the real story is, to pull out of you that courage that you know is there, that burning desire that you know is there. I met somebody 2 months ago. We decided we're going to do a retreat together. It's in Vermont. Mary can share the link with you. We didn't know each other. We've both done retreats, but we put together an amazing retreat for women where you can come and have a very healing experience. We have horses that you work with and the horses heal. And it's in Vermont at the end of August. And we didn't know, but we put everything in place and kept going. And the first thing we said is no negative thoughts. So if you're writing anything down, I want you to know, when you have a new idea, write down 1 ounce of doubt and you're out. 1 ounce of doubt and you're out. If you're in it to win it, you will win.
And, it's kind of like, isn't it great that we can be coaches where people can come to us when they go, and it's that negative little, reptilian mind that's still in the back of our heads that it thinks it's keeping us safe. Oh, well, don't do that. You might fail. No, you're keeping me small. I might win. And that's not what the reptilian mind is trained to think. So you need a coach who's willing to take you beyond that mind.
I will tell you that nobody ever got to the NFL by just getting together of a group of people and just saying, hey, let's play football. They need a coach. They need a coach to encourage them, to tell them, and, to pray to whatever that is for you, the universe, God, whatever that means to you. But I can tell you that it comes together from one guided vision of what your vision is. Those football players want to win the NFL, and the coach wants them to win the NFL, and working together, they move forward to win their goal together. So.
Yeah. And I mean, it's so good to know that there's somebody who is unreservedly on your side, that their only interest is having you win, that they have no interest in anything else, and they don't have your fears. So they can be absolutely certain for you when you have these moments of doubt, and they can kind of hold your hand and go, it's okay, we can do it. The fear will go away, or it won't, and we'll do it anyway.
That's it, Mary. You nailed it. They don't have your fears. When I work with clients, I don't have the same fears that they do, but I do say, what would you accomplish if you just didn't worry about what other people think? That is a big one that holds us back. I think when you attach yourself to a mission, I have now, over the last few years, attached myself to this mom that I met over Facebook in Uganda. And we just started out just being a mom. She's got 3 daughters. I've got 2 daughters. We started talking. People will say to me, be careful. They're just going to friend you, and then they're going to ask for money. Be careful. But she was a mom who's struggling to feed her children, who's struggling to figure out what the meaning of life is. And I'm a mom trying to do the same. So we connected. Do you know she's never once in 3 years asked me for money, ever? And I finally said to her, when I learned that she's going to bed with either corn flour or soy flour mixed with water, and that's their meal every night, how can I help you? Can I send a package to you? She says, we've never received a package before. So we sent one and we got it through. It was amazing. We sent protein bars, and we sent these little fruit chews, and we sent crackers, and we sent things they've never seen before. We sent toothbrushes and toothpaste. We sent paper and pen because they just wanted something to write with. I paid $1 for these little reader glasses that I sent to her daughter who couldn't focus on anything, and they have no eye doctors. So her daughter is now reading.
Wow.
It's crazy how little impact. And so if I had listened to the people that said, be careful, I probably would have let that seep in, but I didn't. I listened to the person that says, I'm a mom and she's a mom and we can help each other. If we do nothing more than support each other by saying hi. And now I have a full-blown GoFundMe, nutritionallydelivered.com. You put money in there. When I get enough money, then I go and I buy more and I send it, and it goes right to her instead of all these other avenues.
Chains of command. And and unfortunately, there's a lot of countries where the chains of command get it all. And the person in between, who's the destiny, doesn't get much. It's sort of like, oh, I don't know what happened to all the other stuff, but here's your paper and pen.
I will say that they haven't made it easy. The government made it easy. With the second package that we sent, they opened the package and they decided that it was going to cost more money and they were going to tax it. So we had to wait and come up with more money. It took us 3 weeks to get that.
Oh boy.
But they ended up getting it, and you're going to hit hiccups. You're going to hit obstacles. Everything's going to just pop up. That is what life is all about. It's just whether or not you're willing to keep going through it all. And so I will share with you that book that we are launching today. Voices of Truth is there for you. We'll drop the links. It's about overcoming. It's about getting through. It's about beating the odds and seeing that people, all of us, need courage to go forward to make a difference. And when I write that check to get the food to send to these people in Uganda, that's making a difference. When I'm able to buy the roof for the new dog rescue place because their roof is caving in and rusty and old, and we're able to write them a check for $7,000, that's making a difference. So never hold back, because you don't get there thinking small.
Well, and the other thing is that if you thought small and were unwilling to receive lots and lots and lots of money, you couldn't write those checks. And, that's what keeps a lot of things in place that we don't, excuse me, we don't take on being willing to be abundant. So we can give abundantly. It's kind of like, if you have lots, you can give lots. And we have such an opportunity because we can make such a difference to step out of our fear and out of our little smallness and go, I want to make a huge difference. I want to help a lot of people.
Exactly. If I ask an entrepreneur, how much money do you want to make? And we start working together as a client or coach, they always say, I'd like to just make $100,000 a year. And I say, I only work with people who want to give back $100,000 a year, because you need to think 10 times bigger than that. So are you still in? And if they're still in, we go after the number that's going to set them free so that they are being able to write those checks for $100,000 a year. And that is making a difference.
Yeah. And it's great to have, somebody who believes in you when you have trouble believing in yourself. And that's why we all need coaches, right? Because there's moments when in the middle of the night, you wake up and go, what if, and you phone your coach and you go, what? And they go, forget it. It's fine. You had a bad night. Got it. Okay. So what are you going to do today?
Well, it's true. And that's where the confidence comes in. The confidence comes in from doing things. And people will say outside of your comfort zone, but I always say moving into your growth zone. You got to move into your growth zone and do things, and that will give you the confidence, which will give you the success, which will give you more confidence, which will give you more success, which leads to the cash, which is why my online program is Confidence, Success, and Cash. And then this past year, I became a CEO funding partner with 7 figures funding, and I help entrepreneurs everywhere get that working capital they need at 0% financing, no hit to your credit, no collateral, a risk-free 90-second application. Why do we do it? Because we want you to do well. Why do we do it? because we want you to take your business of $20,000 a month and turn that into $40,000 a month or $60,000 a month or whatever that number is for you. Success can only be defined by your heart, soul, and mind. It doesn't need to be defined by anybody else. But I offer this program now, and you might be thinking, oh, well, that's great for everybody, but my credit score is like tanked. It's 530 because I've done all these things. So what? We can help you. We have a credit repair program where you pay a tiny little bit to get into a funding position, and then get this, we deduct it as soon as you get funded. So our goal is to get you funded, and then we deduct that amount. So it ends up costing you nothing. So there's no excuses now. You've got things you can try. You're thinking bigger. You're believing bigger. You can work with the coaches you want, get the programs you want, get the funding you want, 0% financing, and start to do things that you've always wanted to do.
Man, 0% financing. That's a dream come true. It's so great to have found this funding program and, to be able to offer it to coaches that really would love to do your programs, but they have cash issues. And, it allows us to help them get beyond those cash issues so they don't have them, and then they can help other people.
Yeah, exactly. I think we sometimes say, I'm looking for my purpose. Your purpose has never been lost. Your passion is for you. Your purpose has been inside of you since the day you've been born. I promise you it is there. It is for other people. As soon as you figure that out, your passion is for you, your purpose is for others. It's never been lost. You don't need to go find it.
Yeah, I mean, we all make up everything every day, and so it's our opportunity to take every day and go, okay, what can I do to make a difference today? And, it all comes from the questions, I think, that you ask yourself. Most people ask the question, how? What if you ask the question, what's the first step I should take to, what's your goal? What's the second step I should take? And, wait for the answer. It'll come to you, and if you believe in a universe that gives you everything you need, great, it'll come from the universe. Otherwise, it'll just come from your mind because you've asked a good question, Whereas if it's how, because there are a million ways to get to the goal, your mind has no idea what to do. But if you ask, what's the next step? Oh, just do this. Okay.
Well, that's why I break it down into 3 easy steps. The way I help my clients is the first thing that I do is we actually have a conversation where I am listening to you to see where it is that breakdown happens. The second thing we do is we annihilate all your limiting beliefs. And the third thing we do is lay out a new framework with a new perspective from your new belief. And so I've seen people 5 times their income, 6 times their income, because they have a new belief system. So it's pretty fun.
It is. It is. Well, sadly, like all good things, this interview too must come to an end. And you've got all kinds of great gifts. So if you can tell us again about all these wonderful gifts that you come to us with. I mean, 24 gifts in one, that's a perfect gift. And it's free, my favorite word. You can't get better than that. Everybody can afford it. And you've got other gifts as well.
Right. So what I want to tell you is for the book, it's a free copy. It's Engaging Speakers, Voices of Truth. And today we're launching it. So we're offering a free Kindle download. There's 2 buttons, by the way. One says, the first one says, read more or click here, but you want the second button that just says, click here and buy now and click here. The second button, it allows you to get it for free. As soon as you do, you're going to have live links that you can download all 24 gifts. These are years and years of experience. You're not going to find this anywhere else. It's free to you today. Go to the download. We're going to drop the link in the chat, or you might be able to just go to Amazon. It's Engaging Speakers, Voices of Truth, but I'm sure that Mary has that link. if you're looking for a retreat and you're a woman, we would love to welcome you to Vermont at the end of August. We'll share that link with you as well. And if you're an entrepreneur, business person, and you feel like, you know what, I just want to check out, maybe I need $10,000, maybe I need $100,000, whatever that is for you, just check it out. It's a risk-free application. You can figure out how much they'll give you and then decide whether or not you're going to take it.
Well, and what's great is that it doesn't hit your credit. You know, so many people are afraid to do this because, you know, protecting your credit. Oh, you're looking for money. Oh my God, that's bad for your credit. What a crazy system. But fortunately, this doesn't do that. So we are really lucky. And what we can do is I'll get all these links and I'll follow this. You know, it'll be Inspirational Influencer News. That's the name of my Facebook page. That's the name of my YouTube channel. I'll go in and put the links in following this for every one of them. And I'll add it to my, you know, LinkedIn profile, and Margie can do the same thing for hers. So, and Margie, just in case that's difficult, the name of the book, if we go to Amazon, is Engaging Speakers, Voices of Truth.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so Engaging Speakers, Voices of Truth. You can just go to Amazon Direct and find it. And remember, go to the Buy Now link. Don't go anywhere else. Just go to the Buy Now link. Know that the Buy Now price today is that favorite one of mine, free.
With 24 gifts attached. So it's been so enjoyable. Thank you for inviting me here, Mary. I love what you do. And I love that you are out there making a difference in the world. You are so needed. I appreciate you. And I appreciate being able to be here with you today. Thank you.
Well, and you know, I just knew that I am fortunate to know so many wonderful people. I run into them every day. And I'm surrounded. I walk around in this soup of wonderfulness. And I need to allow these people to get out there and get known by others. I should be able to share the gifts. So this is my way of sharing the gifts that you all are. So thank you for coming on the show. Thanks for coming with all these gifts. That's great fun. And we'll see everybody else on Monday for another exciting episode of Inspirational Influencer News, people making a difference.